I want to focus a bit on Rashford, Marcus Rashford, because, yes, I know he created the first goal for Cavani, but what do you think about his contribution overall? Because he had a hatful of chances to win the game, to put it to bed, effectively, but he wasn't able to do it today.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus had a few chances today, yes, true, one or more. I mean, second half, he had a 100% chance, which should do better. You know, I felt like he tried to chip Olsen. He's a tall lad and he stood him well. But, you know, we know how Marcus plays. Some games he is unbelievable. Sometimes he loses a little bit of quality and the final touch. But, you know, today he creates something special too, you know. We're talking about left foot shot. You know, it's always difficult turning. I need to be careful with Marcus, because Marcus, with his pace and creative brain, he can do these things on the pitch. And even we think about past games like against Wolverhampton in Old Trafford. You know, he take the responsibility. He won the 3 points for the team. And you know, today, yes, I think it was good performance. He created one goal. He really put the ball on the head of the Edison, and then he had their own chance to finish it off, but he didn't. That's why, yeah, fair enough. I mean, still massive player for United and still very young player. And I'm sure with the time he's gonna get better and better, and he's gonna be more successful with his finish.
Victor, I remember covering a United game within the last few weeks. It might have been one of the ones against Liverpool, but we commented to the pundits at the time that sometimes Rashford was taking one too many touches. Sometimes when he's been at his best in terms of scoring goals, it's when he's more reactive. Just one touch maybe, or an instant volley, whatever it might be. Is he overdoing things a little bit? Should he be more clinical? Can he be more clinical?
I think he's shown that he can be more clinical. He's still a young guy. I think he's only 23. He's scored a lot of goals. He's still learning. He's a really good player. He assists, he scores. You know, if you look, we compared Dominic and Marcus at the start of the game, and, you know, they've scored similar amounts of goals, but Rashford's assists, I think he's made 6, 7, or maybe 7 or 8 assists today, one including today. So he does both. He does a lot more for his team in terms of creating space. But yeah, I'm sure he will be more clinical. He has players like Cavani, which he's going to learn from. You know, Solskjaer said it last year as well, when he brought Igalo in. You know, these guys that score goals, the one-touch finish, and I'm sure he'll learn from all of these. But
yeah,
I think he's a top player. He's a really top player, and he does so much for the team that, you know, sometimes he will take an extra touch, but he will learn. Cavani's 34 and he's still doing it. I'm sure Marcus will be still doing it at 30 plus as well.
Well, it looks like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is putting his trust in Cavani, particularly for big matches against big opponents, those teams that are around them. What about Anthony Martial, who didn't come off the bench today, Thomas? Are you a bit worried about his future at the club? He's been there a while. I think it's, what, half a decade now. He's had plenty of time to impress. He's approaching 250 games for Manchester United, but has there been enough shown from him in the same way Rashford has developed, in the same way other players have developed? Can you say the same about Martial?
I mean, definitely we can see what's happening at day basis, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keep chasing for something new, and this is the reason why he's doing that. You know, he is a fantastic player too. As you said, he got 250 caps, most 250. I don't know the number exactly. You know, many years, still a young guy, but look like Ole wants something more. He wants like somebody who's gonna go there and be threat all game long, and somebody who doesn't need 4 or 5 chances to score a goal. And that's why Edison is on the pitch. I think there's a reason why Ole prefer for the last couple of games Edison when he is fit to play there, because Anton his performances are maybe good, but time to time he needs too many chances to put the ball in the net. Yeah, you know, I don't want to be too harsh with him. Southampton, he scored 2 goals. You know, we can't be crazy about players which, you know, we're talking about him to not score enough and maybe doing better. It's still fantastic player, still a young player.
He scored 23 goals last year.
But exactly. And, you know, I'm sure most of the teams around the world would love to have him in the team. And, you know, that's it. We can't say more. I mean, if you see the stats and the numbers of goals, Victor said, 23 goals last season. This season, I don't know. I mean, maybe, I don't know exactly how many goals he got, but,
I think 6.
You know, 6, yeah. I mean, Cavani got 7. I mean, still fantastic player, you know. I need to be more, time to time, as I say, I can feel that maybe he wastes too many chances. That's why Ole start to look for something new at the time.
I think it's a bit more difficult for him because obviously he's got Marcus, who, you know, he's always performing, and then you've got Greenwood, who, you know, he's performing. I think Cavani, he stays a bit more central, and, you know, they need that pivotal strike. If you look at most like top clubs, they've always got that one striker that, I think Liverpool, they're finding that a little bit this year. They're trying to say, well, a lot of Liverpool fans, they're saying that they'll rather get like an out-and-out striker. Man City have always had Aguero. So most teams have always had like that number 9. And Martial, I really like him, but he is inconsistent sometimes. Sometimes, you know, he looks really interested, and then some days he doesn't look, you know, that interested. So, and that's just, maybe it's just his body language sometimes. So I just think with Cavani, he just always looks like a threat. You know, he's been there, he's done that, he's got that experience. You know, give him a chance, he's always going to score. And he adds so much else to the game. He's had like the similar impact to how Zlatan had. So I just think at United as well, they've always had that, you know, out-and-out striker up top. Martial, when I saw him at his best, he's come in and off the left. He's, you know, he's interchanging. But I don't know, with Cavani, he's just that striker that suits them right now, in my opinion anyway.
Yeah. Reminds me of an interview we had with Paul Scholes early this season, where the words he used to describe Anthony Martial as a centre-forward was, he almost conned us, based on his stats from last season. Those are Paul Scholes' words, gents, not mine. It's on our YouTube page.
He's very harsh, Paul Scholes.
Again.
We know how Paul is, you know, Paul is direct to the life. You know.
You can't say anything to Paul Scholes. You cannot say anything to Paul Scholes.
It was just his opinion. It was his opinion, which I'm resharing here. The whole interview is on our YouTube page.